Hello everybody, it's Chibi, and today I'm here to bring you a manga chapter review of Akame ga Kill chapter 57. This chapter of Akame ga Kill, it pretty much lets us know that Tatsumi is going to die. Like, that's kind of what it sets up in this chapter. So, Incursio is taking over Tatsumi's body, which was very obvious with the cliffhanger we were left on in the last chapter, because we saw Incursio's eye on Tatsumi. And in this chapter, we get clarification on what is going on with Tatsumi and Incursio. So, supposedly, this doctor checked out Tatsumi and told him what is really going on. Like, for instance, he gave him the rundown of what he should expect, what is happening, and what he should probably do to prevent what is going on. So, with Tatsumi now having evolved with Incursio, his Incursio is slowly devouring him. Like, his body is getting devoured, and it's turning into a vessel for Incursio. That's pretty much what is happening in this chapter. And the thing is, when we find this out, the doctor tells Tatsumi that maybe 3, 4, 5 tries and you will be dead. That's pretty much what he says. Like, if you use Incursio a couple more times, your body will be destroyed and you'll die. It's certain death. And so Tatsumi now has a death flag. He has this death flag over his head, and also on top of that, if he uses his own power, he will die. So that's not good, because we're getting into the final battle of the series. We do know this is the final arc of Akame ga Kill, so it's very obvious the way this is being set up, Tatsumi might die. But there is some hope. From what the doctor states in the chapter is that if Tatsumi trains and he strengthens his body and stuff like that, and he takes it easy and tries to be more like Bulat and, you know, train Incursio and stuff like that with it, he might be able to survive for decades, or he might be able to grow accustomed to Incursio. So, Tatsumi ain't, you know, completely dead yet. Like, he's not completely certain to die, but with this dialogue, you can assume he might survive, but you can also assume he's gonna die, because plot armor in Akame ga Kill is non-existent. I mean, characters can die next chapter, you know, 2 chapters from now. Any character can pretty much die. So no character is safe from the inevitable death. So will Tatsumi die? That's the big question. I mean, is it going to go down the same path that the anime did? Will Tatsumi die like he did? We also have Tatsumi's smile. That's one of the main factors of this chapter. You have to where Tatsumi is not smiling. He hasn't smiled since he got back from the little fight he had with Esdes, because, you know, mind is in a coma, he blames himself for the death of Raba, stuff like that, and you can see how this is paining him, and he's carrying this weight on his shoulders, and he can't smile, he's not happy, and that shows in his character. I like how the manga of the series is showing that, like the weight of the deaths on top of Tatsumi, and so far, I'm liking the direction the manga is going compared to the anime. It's doing it a lot better, it's fleshing it out a lot more, especially with the Esdes scene. Oh, that scene right there, that was a really good moment of this chapter. Like, straight up, when I saw Esdes declare war on Tatsumi, like, she is going to go straight up in full power maximum against Tatsumi. She's not going to take it easy on him. She's going to be like she normally is when she's trying to kill people. She will properly engage him with her full power. I like that, and I respect that a lot. Getting to see how Tatsumi and Esdes are going to be able to go at maximum power against each other, and they're not going to hold back anything. They're pushing aside their feelings. You know, Esdes is pushing aside her feelings, and they're going to go full force together. So I'm looking forward to the final confrontation between Esdes and Tatsumi towards the end of this series. Now, moving past that point, we have the little alchemist girl at the end of this chapter that's setting up some interesting things that's going to go on. So, I think the girl's name is Cosmina. That's the girl that's in the, like, tank or whatever at the end of the chapter. Cosmina, as we know, was part of Wild Hunt, you know, in the chapter 40 and so, and she was a Wild Hunt member, and she had the bunny outfit and stuff like that. Well, Cosmina is now a test subject to this little alchemist girl, and she's been turned into this spider-looking, danger beast-looking thing. It looks really creepy. And so, she's kind of like an experimental test subject that's been experimented on, and supposedly, if Cosmina continues to eat things and eats people, she will power up and get stronger, and on top of this, she can even beat Supreme Tegus. So that right there pretty interesting. Cannot wait to see what direction it's going to go. Maybe that's going to replace the giant-ass Imperial arm mech at the end of the anime. Maybe that's what's going to be replacing it. But you can also get other hints of foreshadowing in this chapter, because the Minister states he has a bunch of Supreme Imperial arms under his belt to be able to rival the Revolutionary Army. So we can assume he has a lot more secret Tegu users hidden in the background that's probably unbelievably strong, that's probably going to help out Esdes. So we'll have to see how that goes also in the near future. And that's pretty much the chapter. I think the main rundown of the chapter, besides Mine not really being dead at the moment, Mine goes on a journey, she gets in a wagon, she just goes off into the distance. So Mine is not really dead at the moment, and Tatsumi is not dead at the moment. Like, the poison will not affect him because of, you know, Incursio, so we don't have to worry about the poison, but we do have to worry about Incursio taking over Tatsumi, so there's a lot more going on there. It'd be really fucked up if Tatsumi dies before he ever gets to see Mine. That'd be a very tragic type ending. But we'll have to see. That's pretty much a chapter of Akame got killed this month. How do you feel about this chapter? I mean, it was a good setup chapter, setting up for the future, setting up for the final battle of the series. How do you all feel about this chapter? Please be safe, have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Chibi out.